Hello and welcome to FFDW. I'm Hal Carroll.
I'm Jim Pereira.
And we'll be bringing you this Week 7 edition of Fantasy Football Done Weekly. Real quick, last week we went 8-8 on our start-em sit-ems. Not that good, but we did hit a few home runs, like Sidney Rice. That was really
nice.
good, yes. And we said to sit Eli Manning, Jamal Lewis, Willis McGahee, and T.O. Collectively, they would have scored 22 points, and that's in a PPR league. So those are bizarro home runs.
Also, make sure you sit any of the players on the Ravens, the Broncos, the Lions, and the Jaguars, and the Seahawks, and boy are they really, really bad, Tennessee Titans. All those teams are on a bye this week.
Hey, Jim, speaking of the Broncos, don't you have some words to eat? I believe they're to say the Broncos won't go 6-0 this week.
You mean these words?
Those are the ones.
Yeah, well, you know what I have to say about the Broncos? In the words of Ron Burgundy, go yourself, Denver.
And now, on to our Don't Be Hasty segment. Brandon Marshall, wide receiver for the Denver Broncos. Okay, so maybe we were a little hasty on Brandon Marshall earlier on in the year.
I think I called him a bum.
I think you called him a douche.
No, you called him a douche.
Oh, did you call him an ass?
I called him an ass.
But if that's what it took for him to put on his big boy pants and start behaving on his play dates, then we'd do it every time. He's really the key to this passing attack. And what else can I say? I mean, the Broncos really are playing at a high level. Josh McDaniels looks like an evil genius. And Kyle Orton is shaping up to be the quarterback that Chicago always hoped he was. Put it all together and Brandon Marshall's great talent will shine as it has in the past. So feel good that you took a chance on this preseason dirtbag because he may end up postseason gold. Here's his next 5 games. The Ravens, the Steelers on Monday night, the Redskins, the Chargers, and another prime-time matchup with the Giants. Not too bad.
I still feel the same about the Denver Broncos as I said earlier.
All right, Ron Burgundy.
Keenan Burton, wide receiver for the Rams. This one is a bit of a stretch. You know how Jim loves his lamb players. Bah! But someone's got to catch the ball for this constant play from behind team. One thing is for certain. Steven Jackson is allergic to the end zone. And I don't think Bulger wants to try to run it himself. Or he might find himself trying to fight crime as the Cape Crusader.
I'm that man.
Also, Bulger is starting to show some signs of life. Anyway, Burton is the #1 wide receiver here. And 65% of the time, opportunity works 100% of the time.
Okay, start 'em, sit 'em. Here's a few less than obvious guys, or guys who have not been performing, that we think are good starts this week, and a few good players we think are good sits. On the year, we are 40, 22, and 6, and that's with an off week last week. Here's the start 'em players that we've chosen.
Brett Favre at Pittsburgh. I say this could be the highest scoring game of the week. Favre will have to carry this team once again, but it will probably be in a losing effort.
I think the Vikings will lose this week also. Eli Manning versus the Cardinals. This is my pick for the highest scoring game this week. Manning will have his way with the Arizona secondary. Did I mention that this was a primetime matchup?
You just did.
You know how I love my primetime matchups.
He does. LaDainian Tomlinson at the Kansas City Chiefs. This will be the only time you see him listed here because he has yet to have a good game this year. And if he doesn't get it done here, he's the one that is officially done. But LT, you're still my mofo.
Lawrence Baloney Maroney at the Bucks. It doesn't look like good news for Morris's knee, and Taylor's out. So let's see if this guy can get it done against the league's second worst team against the rush. I know it sounds like we're trying to sell you a used car, but hey, at least he's got low mileage.
Very low miles, but no Carfax report. Dwayne Bowe versus the Chargers. It's time for him to start heating up. The coaching staff is finally realizing they need to get him the ball, not just in the fourth quarter, but the other 3 quarters too. Plus the Chiefs, as usual, should be playing from behind. I like me some garbage time production.
That's GTP for short. Devin Hester in Cincinnati. I'm still seeing Hester out there on some waiver wires, and he's due for a breakout game.
Jermichael Finley at Cleveland. This guy is huge, and he has an awesome QB thrown to him. If you don't have a stud tight end, or you want 2 of them, go get this guy. What are you waiting for? Go do it now!
Do it.
He's only owned in about 60% of the leagues. Okay, you can finish the show if you'd like.
Please finish the show. Heath Miller versus the Vikings. Okay, so he thinks this will be a high-scoring affair. If he's right, you may want to play Mr. Miller.
You might want to play Mr. Miller. Philly D at Washington. The Redskins are not a good team. I mean, they're freaking horrible. And after this good old-fashioned ass-whooping, they won't want to show their faces on Monday Night Football for years to come.
Ouch. Jake Delhomme versus the Bills. This overpaid, under-talented has-been doesn't have 2 TDs in a game yet this season. But at least he doesn't have a game without a pick.
Donovan McNabb at the Redskins. Between the defense, the special teams, and the running backs doing all the scoring, he shouldn't be asked to do too much. Plus, he didn't do squat against the Raiders, so he should have to sit on the bench for at least 1 game for that.
You're grounded. Adrian Peterson versus the Steelers. This one would take some big cojones, and you'd have to be stacked at running back. Forget it. We know you're just going to start him, but you need to at least lower your expectations.
You going to sit him?
No, but I am going to lower my expectations.
Brandon Jacobs versus the Cardinals. He hasn't been getting it done lately, and he's been getting shown up by Bradshaw. Plus, the Cardinals are number 1 D in the land against the rush, averaging only 59 yards per game and giving up only 2 TDs.
That's crazy. Braylon Edwards goes to the black hole of Northern California. That's Oaktown, by the way. No way he gets it done this week. Short and sweet.
Steve Smith versus the Bills.
Which Steve Smith?
The inconsistent one in Carolina. Got to identify that because there are 2 Steve Smiths. The QB play here in Carolina is just too bad. You can't trust him until they can get a consistent running game, and even then, he needs some help on the other side. And Mushin he's done.
I think he's been done.
Yeah.
What is the deal with Owen Daniels versus the 49ers? I think he'll need to block more in this one, and any success from their passing game will need to come from their wideouts.
Vikings D versus Pittsburgh. They might get a couple sacks, but you need to find an alternative here. They are starting to look a bit overrated.
I really don't like the sound of that one.
No, me either. Okay, everybody, that's it for this week. We'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch our show. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can be notified when we post any new videos. Remember, when we hit 200 subscriptions before Week 14 of the regular season, we'll give away an Adrian Peterson jersey to a random subscriber. I mean, it's not hard. You're already on YouTube. Why not subscribe? I mean, it's a pretty nice jersey.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got, numbers and
stitching,
stuff.
It's not all silk screen.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not this one.
Yeah. So you're already on there. Get off your lazy ass. Click subscribe and win a free jersey.
Quit pussyfooting around!
Alright, quick shout out goes to Mad Miker DC3 for letting us know how our advice last week helped him out.
Way to go, dude.
Yeah, thanks a lot. So keep those comments, lineup questions, and any feedback coming. Email us at show@ffdw.net. We're also on Twitter at FFDW, so make sure you follow us there. I mean, a lot of people are, and we got a lot of good news there.
We're not giving away anything there.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't give away a jersey.
But you can still send us a tweet.
Yes. So on that note, May your players stay healthy.
And your points be plentiful.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.